Yes, Cleo, what's going on? Yeah, it's 4th of July Eve, isn't it? Yep, tomorrow's the holiday where we celebrate the birth of America. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Well, here, let me give you some treats. Okay? Come here. Yep, there you go. There's you some Spooky. Yeah. Cleo, you need yours over here? Okay. Hey, Fluffy. How you doing? You doing fine? Hey, this is your first 4th of July Eve with us, isn't it? Oh, you my buddy? You're my buddy too, Spooky. Oh, you're such a love bug. Yes, you are. You're fitting right in to the kitty crew. Oh, and there's my Spooky. Oh, you're such a love bug too. Of course, Cleo, she ain't wasting no time. Spooky, you don't gotta eat Cleo's. There's some on the plate. You don't mind waiting, do you, Fluffy? You'll let him eat. You're such a good guy. We're so glad to have you. Aren't we, Spooky? Yeah, you and him are finally getting along. For now. So yeah, it's 4th of July Eve. Can you imagine that? Oh, we forgot one thing. We'll have to be right back. Yep, we got a new cushion. So when we sit on the front porch, it won't be so hard. Yeah, let's try it out. Well, I must say, that is so much softer and easier to sit on than that old concrete was. But it's been a wonderful day in Mr. Tom's neighborhood. It was a hot one though. And yeah, we got the yard all mowed up. Lawn service came by today and chopped it all back down. So we've had plenty of rain too. And it's been growing like a weed. But it looks really nice now. Today, it was 89. The humidity is just oppressive because we got more rain coming in. Hopefully tomorrow, the 4th of July, will be nice, sunny, and we can always hope that it'll be cool. Cleo, get out of the road. Yeah. As hot as that road must be, Cleo's out there cleaning up. But never fear, they're quite aware of vehicles. When she hears one way off, she'll get off. Yep, we can be assured of that. Right, Spooky? You get in your place at my feet? Oh, now you're gonna wander on off. Well, at least my new buddy, Fluffy, is right behind me, enjoying some treats now that Spooky and Cleo have finished up. You remember old Mr. Gray did that? He would never eat till Cleo, Speedy, and Spooky had finished what they wanted. That's pretty neat. Yep, highly overcast. That's how our day's finishing up here in Mr. Tom's neighborhood. Well, Spooky, what do we got planned for tomorrow? For our 4th of July celebration? Well, I'm thinking it may not be as much as some of our friends and family have. Oh, well, hello there, friends and family. I didn't hear you walking up the walkway. Yeah, but I'm so glad you came. You're always welcome here in Mr. Tom's neighborhood. But yeah, I was thinking today, as I was out here, doing, the little odds and ends after the lawn service has all finished up. I mean, they do the bulk of it, but, I'm a picky kind of guy. Yeah. And I was thinking about, well, tomorrow is a celebration of independence and freedom. And remembering back all the ways we used to celebrate it over my lifetime, thinking all the way back to my childhood. Reminiscing, you might say. And pardon my appearance, the makeup lady's off. I went ahead and gave her off so she could enjoy a long weekend and celebrate her freedom from work. And that's what I really miss. Back when we were all growing up, on the holidays especially, and Sundays too, pretty much America was all closed up. I think that really helped families and people get a rest and a break. We don't do it that way anymore. And for those in retail, fast food, and of course, emergency responders, the airports, essential services and that, they're always at work. So we should give thanks to those on these special holidays that are there for us so we can enjoy our holiday, the birth of America. But yeah, back when we were growing up, especially when I was a younger child, things were pretty slim in the family. We were struggling. We didn't know we were poor, but we were. And as a child, I didn't know we were poor until others pointed that out. But our 4th of July celebration, which we always had, we were a military family, and we've been a military family ever since the Revolutionary War. Yeah, we had family members that fought against the British to, gain our freedom from the king. So it's been one of those holidays that's really special to our family. And it was already celebrated the best we could. But since we lived away from the main part of the family, which was up in Pennsylvania and New York State, because we were in the active military, my father was, and we would be in anywhere from Germany to Oklahoma, Texas, here in Alabama, where we all wound up in his last posting before we retired. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to celebrate with the entire family. We just have our family version. And as a young child, yeah, we would grill. In fact, that would be one of the first times every year we would actually grill out. One of those little, remember they were a little round barbecue with a lever that raised the grill up? Yeah. I think back then you picked them up for about $19.99. Not sure what they'd cost now. And our 4th of July feast would be hot dogs. Sometimes, some years, because of money and what have you, it would just be grilled hot dogs. And of course, Mother would make a potato salad, baked beans, and that would be it. Other years, when there was more money available, it'd be hot dogs and hamburgers. Well, even with buns. No white bread to put them on. We would feel so high class. And here again, there'd be potato salad, baked beans, maybe that refreshing cucumber, onion, and tomato salad that Mama always made up during the summer when the garden was coming in. Yeah, it was really good. And there'd always be ice cream. For many years, the ice cream we'd actually make. Remember those old hand crank ice cream makers? Yeah, we really worked for our ice cream back then. Surely we did. And as my father grew in rank and finally became an officer, we would have our first steaks. I think I was 13 or 14 years old before I ever had a real grilled steak. Because before that, when Mama talked about steak, it would be that round steak or it'd be those cube steaks. Remember those? And up until that time, that was my perception of steak. Yes, it was. But they're fond memories to me. And the way it's celebrated in the country has changed so much too. I was thinking about that as I looked through our local paper I picked up today. Once upon a time, cities used to have 4th of July parades, 4th of July picnics. Remember those? Yeah, and you'd invite people over. In better years, especially once Dad became an officer and there was more money to go around, he'd invite other, military families, his friends and troops at work, to stop on by, and we'd all celebrate together. And there'd just be way more hamburgers, hot dogs, those chicken leg quarters. Yeah, they were real popular too. And of course, Dad would be running one barbecue and I'd be running the other one. Yeah, he would make sure he took care of those chicken leg quarters. If we were having steak, that was his job. You can't trust a 13, 14-year-old boy with such an expensive cut of meat. No, he was no fool. Yeah, they were good times. Oh, hello, Fluffy. Had to take a Fluffy muffin break. He loves petting. Yes, he does. He's such a lovely young boy. Yeah, well, the way we celebrate 4th of July has changed. See, there'll be no 4th of July parade here. There's no city picnics, no politicians coming out, kissing babies. Maybe they still have them in election years, but I haven't seen all of that happen here in a long, long time. Maybe you'll let me know in the comments below the video just how your city, town is celebrating this year. Are you having parades, the city picnics, or what have you? Maybe your church is celebrating and putting something on. I'd like to know. But no, nothing here. And then I'll probably take a ride tomorrow just to see if I can find that familiar smell, because I know there's been something missing from 4th of July around here. And that's really what got me to thinking. I haven't smelt that wonderful smell of those hot dogs, hamburgers. You remember how grilling hamburgers smells? Maybe you do, because you do it all the time. I haven't grilled a hamburger outdoors since probably 2019. Just do them inside since it's only me now. And another thing, have you seen the price of charcoal? That's insane. Yes, it is. I mean, you don't got to worry about going and buying a 20-pound bag of charcoal for $9.99. Now you go, and you're lucky if you can get a 7.5-pound bag for $9.99 on sale at Family Dollar or Dollar Tree or Dollar General if you're lucky. So the price of having that there 4th of July feast has really gone up, as we all know. But yeah, back when the family was all here, there'd be some lean years where it'd only be hot dogs, hamburgers, and we'd always have the traditional sides. Potato salad, baked beans, they were always there. My daughter liked to make up for every holiday her famous deviled eggs. Woo, they are good. Gotta have them deviled eggs. Yeah, and there'd always be more food than we could ever eat, so we'd always have leftovers. But yeah, there would be years too where we'd also have those chicken leg quarters. They were popular with us. And the same sides. And in more affluent years, it might be chicken leg quarters and some ribeye steaks. Though I must say, that was more of a rarity than a commonality. But they were always a great holiday. Plenty of food to eat, plenty of good times, sitting out in the yard, around the barbecue grill, talking about, what was going on in school, work, or, the next camping trip or what have you. We spent time together out in the backyard. And if it rained, there was always rush under the carport. And the celebration continued on. And I would, when the children were young, I would tell stories from the Revolution. Stories of the history of America. I think that's important to remember, just where we come from. Of course, nowadays, in this day and age, so much of that can be taken out of context, perverted, twisted, and used for whatever agenda you're up to on this particular year and season that we're celebrating. And that makes me sad. Cleo's a stubborn cat. You see that truck that just went by? Yep, she tried facing it off. But when it got close, she darted to the yard. I wonder about her sometimes. She too is getting old. But yeah, tomorrow, for me, what will I be doing? Well, here again, it's just me and the kitty crew. Am I going to be firing up the grill? Well, I could. I've got a little small one that I bought that I've often had when it's just been me. It's a little, think about 15 inches around, one of those little kettle grills. And I could do that. I have a bag of charcoal and some charcoal lighter. And I got a hamburger on hand. I can make some burgers. Always got hot dogs. Yep, I'm real fond of my hot dogs. And I could grill them up. And I could make some potato salad. I could make the baked beans. I could even make some deviled eggs. But in reality, that's a whole lot of food. And I'm just one person, and even paring it down some, you know me when I cook, no matter how much I try, I seem to cook up enough for at least 8 people, and then there I am eating it for 4 days. Because I don't throw it out. If you see me cook it, I eat it to the last bite. And that would all be nice. But then I had a viewer give me a super thanks. And they stated, hey, maybe for the 4th of July, you could go on a Fast Food Friday. And as luck would have it, tomorrow is Friday. And anyway, there's still some money in the Fast Food Friday account, just waiting. But I sort of hate doing Fast Food Fridays anymore, because they're so expensive. And some people get butthurt. They either don't listen to the video, or they haven't been here before and know it ain't on Mr. Tom spending his money. It's donated money that people specifically donate to Fast Food Friday because they like to see it. So that's what I do with the money. I don't spend it on other things. See, that would be wrong. So when I was reading that comment today, I was trying to go through some of the comments, which take, a lot of time now. I thought, it's just me. But in a way, I hate to go pick up something and bring back, because then I feel like I'm contributing to others having to work. But then I think, some people really need to work and would be in more desperate straits if they lost the time. So I'm torn whether to participate in them not being able to celebrate Independence Day and the fight for freedom in America. I don't know. I guess you just have to wait to see what tomorrow brings. But let me know. I'm interested. What are you doing for your celebration of our Independence Day here in America? I think we'd all be interested in knowing. And maybe you're like me. You know, maybe you're struggling to think of anything to do, since maybe you're living alone too, with your kitty crew, or your doggy crew. Or maybe it's a Chihuahua and a chinchilla. Hey, I'm cool with all that. Yeah. Not only as how we celebrate and what it means to some and doesn't mean to others has changed so much over my lifetime. It's how the country celebrates it, but also how we celebrate it as we have grown and aged. From, having our families to watching them grow up and leave, to where maybe it's only you and your spouse, or you all by yourself. Surely it's changed for all of you too. And that's why I wanted to come on and see. And also, I wanted to wish all of you the happiest, and I hope special as it can be for you, 4th of July, Independence Day, which is also a day that if you're struggling with something, maybe it's a health issue, hopefully not an addiction, maybe it's a financial issue, or what have you, you can declare tomorrow not only independence for our country, but pick something and declare tomorrow as the start of your independence from whatever it is that's affecting you. Because all things start with the very first day. And I wonder, way on back, all those years ago, when my family members decided they'd fight on the side of freedom instead of the side of tyranny, what it must have been like. Because, hey, through the family records, they suffered that winter at Valley Forge. I can't even imagine the hardships they went through. I've had some hard times in my life, but I'm sure I've never had any as hard as that winter in Valley Forge. So yeah, the sun's getting real low, and the light's starting to dim down. Pretty soon the front porch light will be on. Fluffy Muffin's chilling in the walkway. Cleo, she's just out past the old oak in the front, laying in the grass. And Spooky, well, he's protecting Alice. I think he's laying on top. God bless him, I love him. As I love all of you who decided to stop by today and spend a little time with this old man in his neighborhood. So hey, I got to go in and look up some grub for tonight. I haven't even ate yet. And cook something up. It's going to be light. I'm thinking sandwiches. What about you? And maybe, if you're all good and want to stop by, I'll show you a special sandwich that has memories too, and a story from back in my childhood. But my history with it all started out, and has continued to this day. I still enjoy it. Would you like to see that? Well, if you do, stop on by. Yeah, enjoy tomorrow. Remember what it's all about, and not what others try to pervert it and make it into. And with that, I want to wish you all out there adieu. So y'all take care, stay safe out there, and may God bless you all as you bless those in your lives. Goodbye for now. You know we love you. for stopping by. Well, Fluffy, what do you think? Yeah, it's been a hot, humid, sticky day. I'm about wore out. I'm thinking sandwiches, okay? What do you say, Fluffy? Maybe a quick tuna salad? Chicken salad? Yeah, it'd be tuna or chicken out of a can. We ain't getting into cooking up no fish or chicken, that's for sure. Or hey, we got other meats in the can. Some bring back special memories. Yes, they do. Cleo, you gonna be okay out there? Did that truck run you off your road? Go lay in the driveway. Fluffy, I ain't got time for rubbing bellies right now, okay? Whew, that cushion really did make it better. Yeah, it didn't bind my knees up. Oh, you just gotta have some rubbings, don't you, on your belly? Well, I know. A guy just gotta have his belly rubbed sometimes, don't he? Yes, you do. I told you. He was a love bug. Well, let's get our cushion and head on inside. I'll come back and get your treats. You guard them, okay? Yep. Later, all.